In our previous video, we dealt with how to convert single sword back to basic form. Now here we'll now learn how to convert basic form, okay, to single sword. So this way this conversion we made in the last video. Okay, so if you haven't watched it, please go back and watch this now. So we saw that 1 root 162 is written as 9 root 2, root 54 is written as 3 root 6, root 45 is written as 3 root 5, root 98 is written as 7 root 2, and root 75 can be written as 5 root 3. How then can we convert from basic form to single sword? Now, if you recall from the last video, we made emphasis of the two rules, or let's say the first rule of sword, that's the multiplication rule, which says root a b is equals to root a multiplied by root b. Now our conversion mode says where we have a rational number will be equals to the square root that has a factor of the square of a number, okay, multiplied by the second factor. Let's call that another number, just a number. So now that was the principle we applied in the previous video. Now let's take an example on how to convert from basic form to single sword. Now we have 2 root 3. 2 root 3. Now according to the multiplication rule of sword, we know that 2 root 3 is the square root of a number in itself multiplied by root 3. Now the question is, what will be in the square root? Okay, what will be the root of x now, such that I will have 2? That's how to solve this. Now x now will be equals to what? 4, because the root of 4 is what? Is 12. Is square root of 4 is 2, and that will be multiplied by root 3. Therefore, if you apply the rule of swords in this case again, that means the multiplication rule, where we say root ab is equals to root a multiplied by root b. Therefore we are saying that root 4 multiplied by root 3 will be equals to root 4 multiplied by 3, and this will give us root 12. So 2 root 3 is the same thing as root 12. Now we can see what we did. The first thing we did was to find out, oh, what is the square of the number that will be 2. So this is what we have here. We have to evaluate what x is, considering that what root x will be, considering we have 2. So let's take another question. We have 3 root 5 now. 3 root 5, and if you notice, this is what one of the conversion we had here. 3 root 5 being equals to root 45. So we say that this will give us root x multiplied by root 5. So what is x? Considering that root x is equals to 3. Therefore we are saying that x will be equals to 3 squared, and which is equals to 9. So this will be what? 9 multiplied by root 5. And in essence, this is root 9 times 5. When we apply the multiplication rule of swords, let's rewrite that, where we say root ab is equals to root a multiplied by root b. So continuation, so this will give us 9 times 5 is equals to 45. So we are saying that 3 root 5 is equal to root 45. Let's take another question. Now you can pause the video right now to try this now. So we have 2 root 5. You can pause the video now to give this a try. So 2 root 5 will, let's say, root x multiplied by root 5. So what is the square root of x? What will be the value of x if the square root of x is equals to 2? So we are saying that root x is equals to 2 Therefore x is equals to 2 squared, that is equals to 4. So if x is 4 multiplied by root 5, and then we apply our multiplication rule of sorts that says root AB is equal to root A multiplied by root B. Therefore this will be equals to root 4 times 5, and this will be root 20. So 2 root 5 is equivalent to 20. Now let's take a final example on this matter. So 7 root 3. 7 root 3. 7 root 3, we can write it as root x multiplied by root 3. Okay, so what is x if the square root of x is equals to 7? So we are saying that root x is equals to 7, and therefore x is equals to 7 squared, which is equals to what? 49. So we are saying that this will give us root 149. Sorry, root 49 in itself, not 149, multiplied by root 3. So root this, now applying the law of sorts as we have seen here, will be 49 times 3, and 49 times 3 is 147. Root 147 is equivalent to 7 root 3. Now we have been able to convert from basic sort, or let's say basic form, to a single sort, basic form to a single sort, basic form to a single sort, basic sort to a single sort.